Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Joshua Suliruka here, your host of the Impact Podcast Show. Now, guys, it's been like, I don't know how long. I think it's been like 3 to 4 months since I've said that. Guys, it feels good to be back. This is actually the first podcast of 2021. And I've got a mighty man on the other side of this call, of the Zoom call, that I already know is going to give, massive and tons of value. Because I've seen this guy's stuff, the stuff that he's been doing on his own social media. But hey, before I even get into having this conversation with my special guest, allow me to share to you guys just some quick reminders, all right? So first things first, is guys, I want to say thank you once again for jumping on. For those out there that are tuning into this podcast through Spotify and Apple Podcasts, I want to say once again, thank you guys for tuning in and listening in, whether you're driving, in your car, or if you're, taking notes, whatever the case may be. I want to say thank you guys so much. But I also want to say a massive gratitude and thanks to those out there that are watching this video on YouTube. So if you guys don't know, we are on YouTube at the Impact Podcast Show. And so if you guys get some value, please like this video. And if you guys got any any value, drop it in. But also, if you guys got any questions, I would love to see, I guess what you guys are feeling, or, if you guys got any questions that you'd like to answer, even from our special guests, please put it down in the comments down below. But guys, make sure that you all subscribe to, our YouTube channel, click on that bell button so that you can get the latest updates to our videos, and that will be cool. But guys, I also want to share my second reminder, or my second point, which is our mission, guys. Our mission is so simple, and it's this, right? We're all about focusing on the one. And so if there is someone out there that you believe that can get some added value from this, I'd highly encourage you all, to share it to them, because you never know, right? Because it only takes one person, right, to impact one person, and that could be possibly you, and that will be cool. But guys, let's get straight into it, right? I just want to do that little intro. That's the protocol that I have for the Impact Podcast Show. But guys, this is my time. This is our time where we can just have a mad conversation. And so, guys, I want to talk just briefly on my special guest, and I guess the reason why. Right, my purpose as to why I wanted to get him on here. So, to cut a long story short, this is actually the first time. Right, this is the first time we've actually had a conversation, that we've connected, and all I gotta say is that this guy is just consistent. The one thing I love about this guy, he's consistent, not just with his posts, but with his lifestyle. Right, for me, being a consistent person myself, I can relate to him, and I can also relate to the struggle that he may be experiencing too. So, I guess the real main reason why, as to why I wanted to get my special guest that is on the other side of this call, is simply because I know that this guy has a story, right? I can just see it within him. I can see it within his stories, and also with his hustle, right? This guy has this kind of hustle mentality, and he's mindset, grindset. I love that. I love what when he talks about that. But hey, this ain't for me, right? This isn't just our podcast, but this is most definitely going to be an opportunity for my brother over here on the other side of this call. So, guys, I want you all, right, to give a warm welcome to my man, Miss Raka Raukete. Is that how you say it?
What's goody, brother? Yeah, Raukete.
Raukete, yeah, bro. Yeah. Welcome, bro. Welcome to the Impact Podcast Show.
Thanks, brother. Thanks for having me. And first off, I love the way you actually talk and how you introduce everything. How you put everything in perspective, and it's just fucking awesome to see the way that you actually voice your thoughts and shit, and piece everything in your mind into a voice type of thing. I love it, and it's good to see that that our Polynesian people out there that are actually speaking upon things and are actually trying to help others as well. So thanks for having me on, bro. How are you?
Nah, good, bro. Good. Nah, I appreciate you, man, for jumping on. But yeah, man, I'm good, bro. I'm good. As and you know what's so crazy, bro? And I'll share it later on. But even just asking the question of how are you is so, there's so much value behind that, just asking the question. But then even that, yeah, 100%. And I want to talk about that later on, because I know it'll be really good for other people to know. But yeah, man, I'm good, bro. I'm just keen to get into your story, man. I don't know. I feel like you have an empowering story, but I think even that, bro, I think it's a great time for us to sit back, take our hats off, as, content creators, on social media, most definitely on Instagram, and even podcasting too, man, taking that, the cap off, because, we both have our own separate podcast, podcast shows. And it's just really good, man, just to have a good conversation with like-minded people. And so, yeah, bro, I'm good, man. How are you going, bro, all the way in Brizzy?
Oh, bro, I'm really good. Like really, really good. I am like on a massive excel to my peak growth there, if you will. Last year I did start my own self-growth journey, and like, once you get to a high point, you think that it's just gonna stay there, but then you drop, and then you have to find your way back up. So I'm on that journey right now, finding my way back up, and I think I'm there. I think I'm there. I'm really good. Everything's just falling back into place. Going back into December, things like you start to wind down, if you will.
Yep.
And I found myself winding down really hard. But now I'm on a massive, massive hike back up to the top of the mountain. I'm feeling good, bro. I'm feeling really good. Everything around me, my personal life, business life, just everything's falling back into place. And, I'm just feeling really good, really happy. And yeah. How's your week been?
Yeah.
It's Saturday. Yeah, you're in Sydney, eh?
Yeah. So it's Sunday. So of this recording, guys, it's Oh no, not Sunday, Saturday. Bro, I hope it was Sunday. Freaking, it feels like a Sunday for me, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, bro. No, it feels. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I love my Sundays. But yeah, no. Things are good, bro. Week's been pretty good. But hey, bro, let's get straight into it, eh? Like, let's get straight into this session. Bro, for the people out there, there's probably gonna be some people jumping on this, podcast episode that are from your following, that are probably following you, and that want to get that story out of you. But there's also the impact community, the people that are following our Instagram and also our Facebook page that are jumping on too. So, bro, I would love for you, man, to jump on here and just kind of introduce yourself, for those out there that don't know you.
Yeah. What's goody, fam? What's your show called again? Sorry.
The Impact Podcast Show.
What's goody, Impact Community? How is everyone? Hope everyone's good. My name is Raka Raukete. I am a 25 male that lives in Brisbane. My family came here. We're immigrants from the Cook Islands. So my background is Cook Island. Both my parents are Cook Island. They came here in the 80s, and they pretty much built a foundation here to help, weave the way for myself and my brothers, my family and shit. So they were the first generation. So that literally, I got heaps of family here now, but they were like literally the first in my whole family. And it's been good. I've been having I don't know if it's a rough childhood, but a childhood.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad, but you can't complain. And yeah, I am a 25-year-old father of two, actually.
Yeah.
I got two boys, two lovely kings. I call them my two kings. I'm working 9 to 5, like majority of other people, and I'm trying to find my way out the rat race. So I'm a host of a podcast. I run my own YouTube channel, content creator. I run a business. Got all these streams of incomes, as well as a 9 to 5 job. I don't know, just trying to help people get to where I am. And I know that like when you get on your own self-growth journey, you start to surround yourself with all these good quotes, all these powerful videos and all this shit. And I don't know, it was never in me to actually do this. Like you would have looked at me 2 years ago and you'd be like, nah, there's no way this guy's going to be talking all this positive, motivational, inspiring stuff or doing whatever he's trying to do right now. And I don't know, I just feel happy doing it. So I'm just doing it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I run a few businesses. I got a side hustle. I just started my private label actually, and yeah, it's going good. Life is going good, and I know a lot of people out there. They're starting somewhere. They're starting from scratch, and I can relate to that. I know what it's like to start from somewhere that you I don't know, embarrassed in a sense. Not really embarrassed, but you know that you want to be somewhere, but you're not actually there yet. And you're just starting really from scratch. In a sense, and I know what that feeling is like. I know what it's like to, want more for yourself, want more for your family and shit. And I know what it's like to not know how you're gonna do it, but I don't know. I'm feeling good.
Yeah. Nah, bro, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you, sharing just a bit about who you are. Because even that, man, I think a lot of people, right, and this is just like based on experience, like I think a lot of people tend to forget about who they are, and even, bro, I'm gonna put my head up and say I've gone through it myself, like, going on this kind of entrepreneurship journey or personal branding, whatever, or just a journey in itself. Like sometimes we can get a bit lost in the working,
especially because of social media. Like
Yeah,
the
bro.
window with our phone, just watching other people live instead of ourselves living our own life.
Yeah.
I think that's powerful, bro.
Yeah, man. And so yeah, even just you sharing, bro, about your upbringing, and even just coming in, you weren't born and bred in Australia, so there's already that, I guess,
Sorry. I was.
Oh, you were.
Yeah.
Oh, but your family. Sorry, your family
Yeah.
was. Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, it was your family. Yeah, yeah. It's just amazing, man. It's just amazing, and we're gonna get more into your story, very very soon. But bro, I actually got a question, man. What were like, or no, not what, it's more like a who, like, who were you like beforehand? Because you were mentioning a bit about the fact that you weren't always like this, you wasn't always
Yeah.
the type to jump on, and doing kind of like, personal development,
Yeah.
and growing. How were you like back then?
I was really like a preserved, private, personal, if you will. Like I would just work. I'd come home. I'd go to gym. I'd come home, have dinner, and then just play the game, bro. Like, that was life, literally. 2 years ago, and then every weekend, every week, I just look forward to the weekend. I'd just
Yeah.
be dreading Monday through to Friday. So then Friday night, I just get on the piss from Friday through to Sunday, and then wake up Monday and just repeat that whole cycle, like
Yeah.
every day, every week. And it was me. And even though I had a child at that time, it didn't really kick me into gear to like take up that next level.
Yep.
I only actually started working when I was 18, bro. Like, I had nothing going for me. I dropped out of school really early. I didn't even finish school. I dropped out in grade 10, bro. So
Okay.
pretty much from grade 10 to 18, I had nothing going for me. I was just playing games. I was heavily involved with the drugs. The people around me weren't a good people, and I think the people you surround yourself with is so important. And we'll get into that later. But yeah, I didn't have anything going for me when I was probably from 18 to 2 years ago, and I had a lot of things going in my mind growing up, so on the like, entrepreneurial aspect, but I never really took that step, that leap of faith. So last year was or the year before last, 2019 is when everything kicked into gear,
Yeah.
when we had our second born, because our second born was 5 years after my firstborn.
Yep.
And within that 5 year gap, bro, I was always thinking of things, but I never actually did it. And
Mm.
then when we had our second born, I was like, that 5 years I done nothing, literally, like nothing to help my future. I was just living, living to
Mm.
die or dying to live. I was just living to die, bro. Like, that's me. And I was only 22, 23 at the time
Yeah.
when we had
Wow.
our second born. And yeah, our second born came, and I was like, never mind what happened 5 years or what could have happened in 5 years. Let's make it happen now. And for the
Yeah.
next 5 years, let's just knuckle down. So that's literally what I'm doing, bro. Like, just sending every thought, whatever I want to achieve, I'm gonna put my all in trying to achieve. And as I was saying before, once you start getting on your own self growth journey, you try, or not really try, you just surround yourself with all these powerful messages and everything. And then I don't know, for myself, I don't know if it relates to you, but for myself, I want other people to feel that as well, which is what my content is based around. Like, I want people to get into my mindset, not really into my mindset, but to like open their mind to other possible mindsets, because I think a
Yeah.
lot of people are trapped in this one kind of cycle.
Hmm.
Everyone grows up differently. Everyone is surrounded by different people, but if you do want to grow yourself, you have to surround yourself with people who want to grow themselves as well. So I
Yeah.
think that's what I'm trying to do right now. And yeah, everything's good. Everything's going good. So now I'm just sending it, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
But to go
Nah.
a bit deeper, I know a lot of people, well, maybe people can relate. Like, yeah, I was just heavily involved into drugs. I was just smoking. My drug of choice was weed, and I don't want to glorify it or anything, but that's
Yeah.
pretty much the drug that led me to my entrepreneurial journey, because
Right.
weed, it opens your creative mind in a sense. It also can affect you differently. So I don't know your experiences, but my experience, it opened my creative mind. And a lot of people will, I don't know if you experience weed, but when you smoke it, sometimes you just be lazy. And the people I surrounded myself were lazy.
Mm.
But for myself, it was in my head that like I wanted to do shit. And it's funny because what actually started my entrepreneur, or helped start my entrepreneurial journey, was sticking through a YouTube ad. Those pre-roll ads. When you're on that kind of vibe, bro, you just zone out. it's a weird stuff.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
literally
yeah.
watched a YouTube ad, and then that YouTube ad led me to a mentor of that person who was selling ads on YouTube, and he ended up becoming my mentor, and it's crazy. So yeah,
That's amazing,
where we
bro.
are at right now. How about yourself, bro?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, no, bro. Like bro, I want to say, man, thank you for sharing that, bro. Because you know, when you jump on here, right? When you jump on like doing this stuff, like a lot of people can be like, "Oh, I gotta put this persona on," but bro, I know the one thing that we both relate with is just being transparent, just being real.
100%. Yeah.
Being real with each other, but most importantly, being real to the people because.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if anything, bro, you're doing a disservice by you putting on a front. And that's something that, bro, I'm not going to lie, bro, I've gone through so many moments of, oh, maybe, maybe instead of me, putting a photo of, this type of photo, maybe I should put on a different angle. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, if anything, bro, you're putting a disservice to yourself. And so, bro, I love that. Bro, I love that about you, man. And it's crazy for those out there that are watching this right now, guys. We haven't met, right? But there's something that we can understand and really connects. Is that we understand struggle, man. And I'm not saying that, for those out there that aren't really struggling or that aren't a part of the entrepreneurship journey, it doesn't necessarily mean that you guys can relate too. You guys can relate with us too. It's just that you might relate with us differently. For me, because I haven't actually, I'm like a what they call, the straight edge guy. Like, I haven't done anything, I haven't done the smoking, I haven't done the drinking. But I went through a season where I was like your kind of self-righteous guy, those, think and know-it-all kind of type of guys. I was like that growing up. And so, if anything, if I still had that mindset, man, I wouldn't be talking to you. I wouldn't be either talking to you.
What
I
helped
want to
you change that? Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's a great question, man. So
I think a lot of people out there are like that too, and they're not like self-aware, or I don't know, their ego's too high or something. But what helped you put that aside you and then just open your mind?
Bro, it's a great question, man. And it's funny because I can sense. It's like when you go to the gym, because you know this because you go to the gym, bro. It's like going to the gym and like you can just smell someone's BO,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It just goes into your nose, bro, and you just know. Like, from the smell, like you can sense it. But it's the same thing when it comes to righteous people, self-righteous people. I can smell it. Why? Because I've been there. Okay. And so for me, bro, what happened, man, like, and I've shared it previously, but like, long story short, man, it was in 2017, bro. I was in a relationship and she ended up breaking up with me. All right. And so like I went through like the worst of worst, bro. I went through suicidal thoughts at the end of 2017. And bro, long story short, man, like we were meant to get married. We were meant to get married together. That didn't turn out. She gapped it. And bro, that was all history. But it was at that moment, bro, because long story short, like the way that we met, bro, it was just that I felt like I was the man. Do you know what I mean? I felt like I had everything and I felt like I could get everything. But once that got taken away from me, because it's usually, bro, the most valuable thing. It's usually the most valuable thing in your life that gets taken away from you, where you start to have a shift. And that's what happened to me, bro. I had like, one of the most valuable things or assets, which was my partner back then, my ex now, I wouldn't say being taken away from me, but it's just that fact that she gapped it. She ended up leaving, and I'm totally open to sharing about that. And I might actually talk about it in one of my sessions. One of my podcast episodes.
Yeah, love that.
If you guys don't know, like obviously I have my own podcast at Finding Freedom. You can guys probably check that out. I think it's I think it'll be suitable for me to share it there. But yeah, just to touch base, man. Like for me to get out of that, I needed to go through my most broken state. Do you know what I mean? Like I had to go through my I needed to be broken in order for me to realize that, hey, I'm not so self-righteous, or I'm not 100%. As good as I am. I'm not as good as I thought I was.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, like that's pretty much been my journey of kind of getting out of that self-righteous mindset and being able to just be curious, like being curious and understanding that everyone has a story. That's the reason why I love doing this, like, jumping on like and having conversations with people, bro, from all walks of life. You know, like the mission is interviewing people of all walks of life, tailoring to impacting the one. That's the goal. And it's funny because all walks of life means like your drug dealers, you know, it's including them. You know, I'm not saying they're bad people. It's just that people perceive them as bad people, but they don't know that there's a story. And
100%.
you know, that's something that helped me out to break through from that mindset. And so yeah, man, like I thought I'd just answer that. But yeah, bro, thank you for asking that question, bro.
Yeah. I think bringing value to the audiences is more valuable, I guess. Like, I mean, yeah, everyone's got their own story, but if you can help inspire someone by diving deep into shit that's actually real and then people can relate to, I think they'll bring them more value instead of like, you know, saying, oh, bro, I grew up and, you know where I'm going.
Yeah, no, I get you, man. I get you. And so, bro, this is actually the best time, man. Like the key word that I heard from you was deep, and that's exactly what we're gonna do right now, guys.
Yeah.
We're gonna go through a deep conversation right now. You know, for the impact community, you guys would know how I am, right? I'm always about being transparent. I'm always about getting real, and so. Right now, we're going to move into a segment which I call, there's a quote that I always use, and it's, before the glory, there is always a story. And you know what? I believe that, you know, like Raka's already in that, you know, glory stage, or even that he's already gone through that stage of being up high, bro. You know, you know,
I'm on my way.
Yeah, he's on his way. But I believe, right, everyone has a story behind the glory, right?
Yeah.
You know, through their glory stage and even through the moments where you're getting a bit of success, people don't realize there's always a story behind it. And so we're going to get into it right now. You know, my heart and my goal is to get Raka's story to jump on here. And it's also an opportunity for him to kind of step back, you know, take all the caps off in terms of, you know, the cap of being a father, taking a cap of, being a content creator, and just him being him. And so we're going to get straight into it, man. And so I guess the first question I want to ask you, bro, is, you know, how was your upbringing? Do you want to share a bit about how your upbringing was growing up?
Yeah, sure. So my upbringing, I'm a middle child, so there's only three of us. I've got two brothers.
Ooh.
So three boys, growing up in a house of three boys was awesome. You know, we're all pretty close. There's like 3 years between each of us, so it was good. Heavily impacted by like my family, heaps of role models, up until the point of when I started to go to high school. So everything prior to high school, you know, that's your growing up, you're learning shit. But then the high school stages was when, you know, most people go to the rebellious stage of life, and I went deep into that rebellious stage of life. Like, the way I was going, bro, I should be in jail right now. Like, I was not partying, but I was heavily influenced by the gang life and the street life. Like, I loved it. I idolized people that were in jail. Like, I wanted to be in jail. I wanted to run jails and all this. It's stupid when you say it out loud, but that's literally what I wanted to do. Like, I was walking around with this tough persona, you know, just putting on that tough face and hoping people feared me. And it wasn't until I got my own, it wasn't until I had nothing. And you're like, you know, you finish school and then you have nothing. You're like, what the fuck? The people around me weren't, you know, I don't know. I was just really surrounded by people that were in that type of life as well. And I idolized that life too much. And it wasn't good because my childhood wasn't that. My childhood was family, you know, very loving, very caring. It wasn't gang affiliated at all. It was like church, you know, it wasn't me. It was just a part of me that idolized it. So coming out of high school, even during high school, I was in the gang life, into drugs. I'm not going to mention anything about the gang life, but
yep.
Yeah, I was on my way to jail, like literally, and it wasn't the way I was raised. It wasn't the way that I should have gone. But I know a lot of people out there that, you know, they are raised correctly. There's no correct or wrong way to be raised, but they were raised in a loving home, had everything, not everything, but they had enough. But they end up, you know, going to that rebellious stage, and it's who you do surround yourself with. It's who you do idolize. And if you idolize the wrong people and you put them on a pedestal, you will go down that route.
Yeah.
And I've learned that now because I put people that align myself with my vision right now on a pedestal. So your Jeff Bezos, your Gary Vee's, your
Yeah.
Josh Sully Rukas, you know, I put these people on a pedestal because this is where I want to be. This is where I want to head. And yeah, my childhood was awesome until I had my own fucking guts to be rebellious.
Yeah.
And I was brought up in, you know, I had both my parents. So I don't know what it's like to have just one parent. So, I mean, I had it really good. And, you know, growing up, I always had snippets of wanting to be a business person.
Yeah.
But I think, you know, having the internet, listening to rappers and shit, really wanted me to have that gang life, you know, be surrounded by money, women, drugs, and all that shit. Yeah, that's really what I wanted until I didn't want that anymore.
Yeah. Nah, that's hectic, man, bro. Thank you so much for sharing, bro. And I've got a question, bro, just to add on to what you were saying. You know, like you were talking about the fact that you had like, I wouldn't say a perfect family, but you had like perfect type of family. You know,
Yeah,
it was like, oh no, sorry, a perfect like family. You know, like the way it was perceived. You know, you had your mum, your dad, you know, still there, you know, together, you know, at the time, and you had it all together, but then there was a bit of a rebellious stage. And bro, talk to me, man, because I'm quite curious. Because like, you know, obviously one thing that I do, you know, outside of, you know, being a podcast host is, you know, I'm a freedom coach. And so this word freedom, I feel like some people, what they do is when they see the word freedom, or if they have freedom, sometimes they take it too much. You know what I mean? Like because they have too much freedom, right? It can either be like, it's like a double-edged sword, right? It can be of life and death, or it can be good and bad at the same time. When it comes to your situation growing up, did you feel like you had too much freedom to the point where you can do whatever you want, or what was the real reason why you stepped into that rebellious stage?
That's interesting. I think the freedom was kind of even. So it was like an even balance. Like I knew my limits, but I knew that I wanted to go over those limits, you know.
Yeah.
My parents weren't really strict, but they were strict. I think it was just the people that I surrounded myself with. Like, I went to a private school, like an all boys school. It was a Catholic school actually.
Yeah.
And I know where you're meant to put all your focus into to, you know, help set up your. He was a real hard-working man. He really pushed me to do things that he knew that I was had like the potential to do. But being a young rebellious teenager, you're like, I don't want to do that. I just want to, you know, do nothing or do what I want to do. I don't want to listen to you. And yeah, I think I don't know. It was weird because, like I was saying, like it wasn't too strict and it wasn't too lenient. Like
Yeah.
it was just definitely around the people that I surrounded myself with because I had the right mentors around me, had the right voices, except I put other shit on a pedestal. So
Yeah.
I think that's what I'm trying to do right now is, you know, surround yourself with like-minded people. Because otherwise, you know, there's a good old saying, you are the same. Sorry. You are who you are, like with the 5 people you surround yourself closest with. And it's so true. Like if you're going to hang around with four idiots, then you're going to be the 5th idiot. If you're going to hang around 4 business people, you're going to be the 5th business person.
Yo.
So like myself, I hang around 4 gang members. I was the 5th gang member.
Yeah,
and,
wow.
Hold on.
Oh, good, man.
Sorry, my kids are being annoying. But yeah, I had lots of family here, and we were all around the same age, and we all pretty much not really rebelled at the same time, but I would say that I was like one of the pack leaders to you know influence other people as well around me to, you know, let's go fucking the back of here and smoke a joint or something. Yeah, I was one of those persons. So now I'm trying to, you know, change that and help people, you know. If I can help people, help me and help them, and then we fucking on.
Yeah, nice, bro. Nah, I love it, man. Bro, I'm loving this, bro. If anything, I'm probably getting the most value, as a podcast host. Like I say this in all the podcasts, man. Like in every podcast, usually it's like, bro, the best thing about being a podcast host is that I get the opportunity to ask the questions. Whereas the people that are listening, they're like, man, if only I can ask the question. It's like, yeah, bro, just start your own podcast.
That's it.
But you know what's crazy, man? I love the fact that you're talking about being that pack leader, because like, the one thing that I've found is that, bro, whether you're the pack leader of a gang or a pack leader of the 5 a.m. club or anything else out there, like whether it's good or bad, doesn't matter. Oh no, it does matter. But the thing is, it's like the one thing that I would probably focus more on is the word leader. You have so much like leadership, you have so much influence. And so, bro, my question to you, man, is knowing that you were kind of like, you had that kind of, I guess, pack leader mentality, like in that lifestyle, like in that lifestyle that you're living before, how has it been for you now? How has it been for you now, knowing that you're running your own joint, you're running your own business? How's it been for you knowing now that back then you were kind of like, you had that peak, that pack mentality or pack leaders mentality? How has that helped you in terms of what you're doing now in terms of your business?
That's a good question. It's just been a constant learning curve, like trying to lead myself now into the future. So before I was trying to influence other people to follow me, but now I'm still trying to do that, but as well as I lead myself. I wasn't letting other people influence, it's not the right word, but I wasn't letting other people lead me in the direction that I didn't want to go. So now I just try and grab the right tools, the right knowledge, the right action tips to actually lead myself into the right direction. So now I'm trying to push that upon other people. So I read a lot of books. I'm not going to give my influence book away. Nah, this is a good book about persuasion. It's like 52 Laws of Power or something. It's actually banned in prisons because it's so powerful.
Yes.
Yeah. And I've been reading that like the past fucking 2 years. And just how it's helped me is just, I don't know. It's just been a constant learning curve because I've got a family, so I'm like a father of my own family, and it's challenging. It's challenging to lead a family or try and lead your own business and everything. And I think it's just a constant learning curve for myself.
Yeah.
Kind of like how you run your own businesses. Like you're still learning every day as well. I too am learning as well. So, how's it been for you? I know that you ran your own 5 a.m. club as well as your mindset calls.
Yeah.
At the beginning of my year, bro, I tried to run a 30-day challenge.
Yeah.
I tried to lead a group of people. So I put out on my social media, hey, I've learned all this in this month. I want to help you do the same. So I tried to run a, group calls. I tried to run people in a group chat. And it was only a month, bro, but I folded like 2 weeks in.
Yeah.
It was really challenging to, had all these different things that I was trying to focus on. But how was it for you?
No, bro. I actually appreciate, bro. You know what? Like the one thing I love about Raka, bro, is that he asks the right questions to the right people. I feel like there's some people out there that ask the right questions to the wrong people. They're asking the wrong and bro, like because you asked me, man, like one thing I believe, bro, asking you shall receive, bro. I'm gonna give you it. And whoever's listening to this right now, this is the secret gem, right? It's not even a secret, bro, but it's very simple. Like, so the question you were asking was just about how am I able to run, the 5 a.m. and all the live mindset calls and stuff like that. Is that what you're trying to say?
Like being a leader yourself. Like how's it for you when you have all these other different things going on in your life?
No, that's a great question, man. The thing I need to tell everyone this is that the person that you're seeing now, like this podcast host that you're seeing now, this freedom coach that you're seeing now, like the position that I'm in right now, it took me a while, right? It took me I'll tell you guys this right now, the position that I'm in now, it took me probably like 4 years. Like 4 years of grind. Like you already know, bro, like just constantly grinding. And so people don't realize that you may see a person that is consistently grinding hard, right? Every day, every week, day after day, like every hour they're doing something, but people don't know that that's been like, bro, usually 5 years worth of work. And all you're seeing, you know what I mean? All you're seeing is what you're seeing on social media. So, bro, for me, man, like I've always been that leadership type guy. Similar to you, man. I wouldn't say much of like that pack leadership, but I was always willing to be that leader growing up, even through high school. And I was your straight edge kind of kid, but I was also a straight edge kid, like as in not just like with like the consumption of food. Oh no, sorry, not food. I'm like, drugs, alcohol, and like smoking stuff. I've never done that. Even though I was surrounded by people. Do you know what I mean? Like I wasn't hanging out with those types of people, but I had like family that were drinking, smoking, doing drugs, all that stuff. But I kind of seen it a different way. But yeah, growing up, even in high school, like even that, bro, like I haven't really told people this, but I was school captain at my school. So I've always had that leadership type, even in footy, playing footy, I was always that leader. And so for me, bro, like people see me and be like, oh, bro, this guy, like, I don't know how this guy does it. It's like, man, my whole life, bro, has been all based upon this one moment. You know what I mean?
Okay,
leading. So I just wanted to bring a bit of clarity on that. But if anything, bro, the secret is in the small things. You know what I mean?
100%.
Like doing the small things, but not getting too caught away with the little things. Because I feel like, if you get too caught into the little things, you start to micromanage. You know what I mean? You start to do like, oh, I got to do this and I got to do that. And you start becoming like you start focusing on KPIs. Mm-hmm. You're too busy focusing on your performance and getting things done when realistically, like the real growth or the real person that you need to, I guess, influence and impact is yourself. And that's something that I'm always thinking in my head, bro. Everything that I do, bro, I'm doing it as if I'm talking to the mirror. You know what I mean? Like, so for example, when I wake up and I'm doing the mindset call, bro, I always told them, it's like, bro, I literally have my phone here, right? And I'm literally talking to the phone and bro, I don't see anyone. Do you know what I mean? All I see is the person that's in the direct reflection of me, the selfie version or the selfie video, which is me, right? And so, yeah, bro, just to put it back into like just answering your question, the way I'm able to kind of lead, bro, is just doing the small things, doing the small things, but most importantly, bro, being transparent. Yeah. Like that's the secret to me, like to my, honestly, to my success, but to the successes that not only that I'm going to receive, but also you, bro, is in being real and being transparent. There's been a lot of moments, bro, where I wanted to, do the facade thing, start faking it till you make it. But I'm like, bro, I don't believe in that, man. Mm-hmm. I feel like if you really want to become successful, start being transparent now. Don't fake it, be real. And so, yeah, bro. But hey, man, bro, I want to say, bro, thank you so much for actually being vulnerable, to share the fact that, it didn't work out that way. But I've gone through the same thing too, man. Like I've gone through, the $5 challenge I have now, it's a lot different. But people don't know that the only reason why the $5 challenge has been successful is because there's been so many failed challenges and failed things that I've done previously that didn't work out before. Do you know what I mean? So, but if there's anything I could encourage you on, man, is that, but you're on the right track. You may have fallen short in 2 weeks in, but hey, bro, you had fallen in 2 weeks in. Do you know what I mean? It's a saying. Yeah. It's like, bro, it's like I've got this saying here, right? And it's from one of the boys. That's he's actually one of the freedom drivers. He was like this, bro. You can't change your friends, but you can change your friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's it.
It's the same thing as what you're doing, bro. It's like, although it didn't work out, you didn't get to that month or that 30 days, bro, it didn't happen. You know what I mean? And it's still okay. It means that, bro, there's another opportunity available for you, bro. So yeah,
that's the thing with my self-growth journey is just all in the mindset, bro. Like when you do fail, you're either going to give up or you're going to keep moving forward. And for myself, I put all these tools in my head that even if I was going to fail, I'm going to figure a way out to keep going. So within that 2 weeks, I failed, if you will. I knew that I was going to find my way back out, and I'm finding my way back out now. It was only purely because I was overwhelmed with the amount of work that I was trying to take on. I thought I could, yeah, bro, it was fucked. Like straight up, you just feel like bulletproof. You feel invincible once you start getting the momentum going. When you find your drive, find your vision, you try and help so many different people. that you tend to leave yourself out of the picture sometimes. And I found that for myself, and it was like a massive mind game. Like it was a massive play because I got so much what's the word? So much interest because I was doing this challenge and I was giving away free stuff. I had so much interest that I couldn't really keep up with it. It was like affecting me financially as well as, mentally.
Yeah.
So like, I just folded 2 weeks in and just went quiet for like a week.
Yeah.
Found my rhythm and then came back stronger. So
yeah. Bro, honestly, man, like I love this. I love that you're sharing this, bro, because someone needs to hear this,
Yeah, straight up.
Bro, it's okay to fail, man. It's okay to fail.
Right.
If anything, like it is gonna be hard, right? I'll tell you this right now. One thing that we don't want to feel is failure, right? We don't want to feel like a failure, and we have the fear of failing, and that's the one thing that stops us to actually go onto our journey. But bro, the good thing is, man, is that it's funny, it's like you have two choices. You can either give up or you can get up, Like if you're down, it's like bro, like I don't know if you would know David Goggins. Would you know David Goggins?
Yeah, he's fucking
bro. He's a freaking guy, hey.
Straight up.
Bro, like I remember one thing he would I wouldn't say he would what was it called again? I'm trying
the
to
human version of titanium.
Yeah, legit, bro. Legit. Now I was just saying in my head, like with David Goggins, right? He spoke about, and because I listened to his audiobook, bro, I would highly suggest get it, I would highly,
cut out there.
Yeah, all good, bro, all good. Can you hear me now? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, have you listened or have you read, Can't Hurt Me? Have you heard the book Can't Hurt Me at all?
Sorry, you just.
Yep. So yeah, if you guys are listening to the podcast or if you guys are tuning in, there's probably just some internet connection, but just hold on shortly. We're just gonna see what's going on here. But so got me, bro? Yeah, all good. I think it's on my end too. But yeah, I was just talking to the audience who were listening. But yeah, bro. So the book, do you have the book at all, or have you heard about it?
Nah, I haven't read his book.
Bro, I would highly encourage you, man.
I don't like reading.
Yeah. Bro, no, but I would highly encourage you, man, to get the audiobook. Like, if anything, the audiobook.
That's what I do, bro. Especially on YouTube, bro, you can exclusive information right now. You can literally type in any book on YouTube, type in audiobook, bro. It's free. Like literally.
It's there, guys.
Yeah, the amount of information, free information, it's there. And you're not gonna know unless you go looking.
Yeah. No, legit. And so I was listening to, the Can't Hurt Me book. And the one thing he was talking about is his pull-up, his pull-up record that he was trying to get. And the song that kept him going was Going the Distance. Right, and the song "Going the Distance" is from Rocky. The movie Rocky, the Rocky Balboa movie.
Okay,
yeah. So that's the song where it's come from. It's like in round 14, and from round 14, Rocky's been partially knocked out, and he has two choices. And so from that moment, I said to myself, and I remember I was running at the time when I was listening to it, and all I felt to myself was, bro, you either get up or no, it's either you give up or you get up. It's up to you, And bro, I seen right now, bro, you're up, like you ended up getting up as opposed to giving up, bro. 100%, man.
Yeah. It's a massive mind game, and when you like build up your mind to be kind of bulletproof, if you will, that's where it really shows if you're gonna get up or you're gonna give up. And most people will give up on their first failure. And I think that's because their mindset isn't, put together enough to actually know that you can get up and you can keep fucking going.
Yeah.
So that's why I try and preach my mindset. Once you get in that right mind frame, literally bulletproof.
Yeah, no, legit, man. And it's something I always teach even to the freedom drivers. They know too. The one thing that I'm always harping on is it's your mindset, man. It's your mindset. Your mindset. If your mindset is poor, everything else, you can have all the money in the world, bro. You can have all the girls. You can have all the guys. If you're a guy, right? If you if you guys, if you like whatever you guys have, right? You can have everything in the world, but realistically, if your mindset is chat, if your mindset is poor, man, like say goodbye to everything that you have.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like that's why, bro.
Exactly.
The one thing I love,
you really get put to the test.
yeah, bro. And the one thing I love
Sorry,
about
keep
us, man, the one thing I love about us, like, you know, the journey that we're on is that we understand mindset. We understand the importance of mindset.
Yeah, that's right. Eh? And once you like start realizing that everything in life comes down to your mindset, I don't know if it relates to you, but for myself, I try and like say, bro, it's all in your fucking head. G.
It is.
Stop complaining, it's just all in your head. And I try. That's why I push all my content, like the mindset, grindset type shit, just because I've got to that point in my life where I'm like, hey, holy shit, it's got nothing to do with this shit. It's all internal. So that's why pretty much my saying is keeping your mindset and then getting that grindset right. So that's the foundation of it.
Yeah, no, legit, man. And so, bro, what I want to do right now, man, I actually got a really good question, and I think it's going to really link well to what we're talking about. You know, just previously, I think it might have been probably like a few minutes ago or a couple minutes ago, you were mentioning about, you know, your upbringing, you know, growing up in I guess a perfect like family. But bro, I want to get real deep, eh? Like I want to get real deep, you know, while we still have the time, man. And the question I want to ask you, bro, is, bro, what was the biggest setback that you've actually experienced in your life? You know, you did talk briefly about, you know, what had happened just previously, and 2 weeks into your challenge, like you ended up stepping back, and it was due to just being overwhelmed. But was that the only, or was that the biggest setback, or is there a much more bigger setback that you've gone through in your life?
That's a good question. Actually, last year when I was starting my private label that I have right now, I was running into like cash flow issues prior to that, and I didn't know how the fuck I was even going to start a private label.
Yeah.
So I think like that, I don't know if that was the biggest setback, but it's the most recent one.
Yeah.
I ended up losing $20,000, bro, just trying to start a business.
Yeah, wow.
Which is the one that I'm running now, and I'm only just starting to get back into the cash flow positive. So I ended up just starting like all my businesses. That's pretty much like my biggest setback. It's just losing money, and I mean, you can always get money back, but you just can't get time back. So I just instead of complaining, bro, I had to figure out a way to make sure it doesn't happen again. So
yeah,
people won't know that I had like started 6 businesses last year, like online e-com businesses. I currently have 4 streams of income now, but at one point I had 6, and it was just overwhelming, and I was losing money here and there. I was making money here and there, but overall, the big picture, I was losing money. Like I ended up losing $20,000 of my own dollars.
Yeah, well.
So I had to exit. I was doing drop shipping actually. People who don't know drop shipping is, you're pretty much the middleman. So you find a product and you make a website, make a brand around it, and then you sell that product. And I was doing that, and I ended up losing, as I was saying. But then I had to exit that, and then I sold all my drop shipping businesses to focus on now this private label.
Yeah.
So I'm happy that I ended up selling those businesses, and it was a good lesson. But it was a lesson to say that, hey, money isn't everything. It's all, because once you lose money, like what else do you have? Once you are rock bottom, what else do you have? You have time.
Yeah.
So if you don't have a job, you have all the time in the world. If you have a job, then you just have money. You don't have time. Once you lose that money, you have, you start figuring out that, hey, I just need to use my time to make sure that this problem doesn't happen again. Yeah, I'm just using every moment of my day to be productive. And I know a lot of people out there, they'll be like, someone will ask them, like, what are you doing this weekend? They'll be like, oh, bro, I'm busy, I can't go do this. What are you doing? What are you busy doing? Are you being productive, or are you being busy just being busy?
100.
Like, yeah, like you can be busy sitting on your phone right now, just scrolling. That's being busy, but that's not being productive unless it's helping you achieve the dreams and goals that you're trying to achieve. So are you consuming, or are you creating your life? So that's what I'm trying to do with my life right now. And, all these setbacks help weave the way to where I'm trying to set myself up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
no, legit, man.
Yeah, what's a big setback that you can remember for yourself? I know that
Bro,
do you run your own businesses and stuff?
yeah, bro. So I'll say, like, one of the biggest setbacks I've had recently, I'll actually share one that happened recently was, bro, funny enough, like it's small, right? It's a small setback, and I wouldn't say it's probably the biggest setback, but it's a recent setback that literally like affected me badly. And bro, it was actually my TikTok reviews. If for those out there that are listening, or even to you, bro, like, I said to myself, because I'm doing this 75 hard challenge, and I said I put on TikTok, I was like, oh, I'm gonna be doing, daily, TikTok reviews, and then, bro, found out, like, because I kept leaving it every day, I was like, oh, I'm not gonna do it. Not only did I start to, I wouldn't say lose followers, because I still have the followers on TikTok, but it's like the followers started to lose interest, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because there was nothing being posted. And bro, it was a good solid 30 days where I didn't post anything on TikTok. And then, bro, I was so stagnant, I was so stagnant. I was like, I don't know what to do. And so I said, stuff it, bro. Like, the coolest thing about TikTok is, the coolest thing about doing your own thing is that you can do whatever the heck you want. Do you know what I mean? And even like, if, like, branding and being your own personal brand is that, like, bro, it's you. You don't have to listen to
talk about that for a second. Like, for yourself, I feel like, from my POV, I feel like you hold yourself back a bit. Are you like doing that on a professional level, or is it just you being you, I guess?
Wait, sorry again, say?
Because I'll consume your like stories and stuff. I'll see some snippets of your life where I'm like, oh, it looks like he's holding back to something that could be bigger. Like, not really bigger as well as, like, I don't know, maybe it's like something in your life that you just don't want to show people, and that's fine. Like, I just wanted to know if that's you. Like, are you trying to be like more professional? Like, for myself, like, I'll just show everything. Like,
yeah,
you're a fuck. And like, sometimes I started on my first journey. Like, I didn't want to show like my toys, like my garage. Like, I didn't want people to see, like, you have fancy things, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You have fancy things, like, fancy wardrobe, fancy shoes, fancy watch, jewelry, and all this shit. Cars, the luxury things, if you will. Like, for myself, I didn't want to show that, like, 'cause I didn't want to make it all about that. But it's a part of me, like I'll show you my car now. I'll show you my bike. I'll show you this, that, my kids, and all that stuff. I don't know if it's like that same with you. Like, you don't want to show people like things to idolize, more just. How's it for you,
bro? Honestly, man. Bro, all I can say is, bro, I like you, man. I like you. I like the question. No, you know why, man? Because I knew this straight away. Like, I said to myself, because, bro, I've always been like a guy. I will share about everything. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But when I started this kind of personal branding journey, I just said to myself, bro, only share to them, right? Only share to them breadcrumbs, right? For me, like, yes, like, a lot of people look at me and look at my lifestyle, they're like, bro, this guy's so professional. Or, as you were saying, and bro, you're not the only one, bro. There's a lot of people that just say, hey, man, am I able to, see more about your life? And I started to learn, bro, is this, man. And it's something that I learned, like, on my journey of creating my personal brand, is that, man, you only want to show people so much, right? And the only reason why you want to, and this is my opinion, the only reason why you want to share so much about yourself is because our brain, right? Our brain is more of a, but if I start to learn one thing bit by bit every day about someone new, right? That is much more better in terms of studies, right? There's studies been showing that that's far more better as opposed to you just showing everything to everyone. You know what I mean? It's just like,
okay, it's so this is like a psychology thing.
Yeah, it's a psychology thing, man. And you know what, bro? Like, I'm not saying that.
Yeah, I love it.
I'm not saying that there was a book that I read on that. It was just based on the personal experience. It's the same thing as the $5 challenge. The $5 challenge, I created it because every day you get a mindset session, but it's not like I'm doing it live. It's pre-recorded, right? It's already been pre-recorded, and they get to experience like a life with me, like in my room. Do you know what I mean? And it's usually in those moments where I tell them the real deal, I'll tell them, like, hey, I stuffed up here, I stuffed up there. But I'll only show so much on social media so it grabs people's attention. You see, like it already grabbed your attention, bro. You're like, bro, why doesn't this guy share so much?
Exactly right, yeah.
You know, and it's the same as TikTok, bro. If you think about TikTok, like, or if you think about IG Reels, and this is like the psychology side, it's like, you know, how do they keep you to the end? How do they keep you watching to the end? And it's usually some sort of a trigger, you know. And for me, my trigger or my cue is just only sharing to you guys so much because it's the breadcrumbs. Because if you can't focus on the little things of my life, bro, like how do you expect to actually understand or even love the life that I actually live? So that's pretty much the reason why I do it, bro. It's not because like, bro, and even that, man, I have so many, like, I guess I always get frustrated at myself because I do want to share, you know what I mean? I do want to share my lifestyle. But the thing is, I've learned that like through my journey, even like doing vlogs and stuff, I used to do vlogs, but I stopped doing that because a lot of people just didn't have that interest. And so I said, you know what? I want to do it differently. I'm just going to start with the small things. And then if people start getting interested in the small things, then I can start sharing to them the big things, you know? Like I've got like, you know, some freedom drivers, you know, they're part of the freedom community. And they know my lifestyle because I'll tell them like, hey, bro, this is me. This is what I do. This is where I live. And the only reason why I do that is because you start to see the real gems, you know? You start to see the real gems in people when you only share like a small amount of information. So, yeah, bro, that's pretty much me, man.
Yeah, I was only asking because you're so much ahead of the game as myself because I've only just pretty much started.
Yeah.
And I just document as much as I can. I don't, obviously, you only see it like, you know, 5-10 minutes of everyone's day. Of their 24 hours. So I try and show as much as I can to, like, I don't know, inspire people, try and teach them something so they can learn something. I try to stay away from showing things that doesn't really bring much value.
Yeah, true.
And I think I don't want to bore people and be like, hey, I'm about to drink this, do this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just thought I'd ask that question because I've been thinking about it for fucking ages. And people you don't know this, but when I was doing my mindset challenge at the beginning of the year, I stole your idea of morning call.
Yeah.
So everyone that wanted to do 15, half an hour.
Yeah.
And I literally stole that from you. So I can share on a more personal level. I can share my experiences face to face.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Hey, bro, I love it, man. I love the hustle. If anything, bro, I love the hustle, bro. And you know what, bro? I'm the same too. Like, I'm the same as you, man.
I'm trying to inspire people to, you know, not really inspire people to change, but if they want that change, then I'm trying to inspire people to make that change. So I'm not trying to come across as like, you know, trying to force it upon people. I just want to talk to the people that are not complaining, but they want to make a change in their life. So I know a lot of people out there just complain and don't do anything about it. And then there's people that will complain, but make it the actions to change it. So
yeah.
What's your like a whole vision with your journey and stuff?
Yeah, bro. Man, my goal, man, is just to help people find freedom, eh? Like,
that's right.
I'm on this I'm kind of on this journey of like, you know, wanting to impact 100,000 people, hey, by 2025, and it's a big number. Right. But hey, bro, if you actually want to become successful, if you actually want to grow, you need to have that big number and vision. You know, the vision, the vision and the mission is also, you know, important, but like it's really good to kind of have a specific number, you know, to give, so then it keeps you striving. You know, I want to reach that, you know, 100,000 people, bro. It might be through social media, it might be through school, but if you think about it, bro, it gets you going. You know, it gets you, it builds momentum. So like, bro, my vision is just to help, you know, to effectively help, you know, people find freedom. Especially like the fatherless, because like, you know, I'm a fatherless kid, and like I did struggle without a father. So man, that's where this all comes from, bro. It's just a struggle of not having a father, and I get to be that kind of father figure for a lot of people. You know, whether you're broken or not, I still get to do the same thing, which is help people find freedom, bro. But yeah, that's been my thing, man. But bro, do you remember what we were just talking about? You know, just previously before?
Nah, sorry, man.
Yeah. No, it's all good, bro. I actually do remember. I was just sharing a bit about my setback, and about my TikTok reviews. Yeah. So I'll just carry on with that, man. And so, yeah, bro, like what I was doing on TikTok, like I took a step back. And bro, the reason why I took a step back was simply because of the $5 challenge. Like, because I was so consumed in my $5 challenge, I kind of forgot about the TikTok reviews. Okay. And so, like, people may look at that and be like, bro, that's so small, but people don't know that literally affected everything that I did. Like, you know what I mean? It affected, because all I was doing, bro, is just focusing on the TikTok reviews. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
You know, it was in the back of my mind. I'm like, I have to do it. And then, bro, it just literally, like, like, I wouldn't say it crushed me, but like, it literally pulled me back. You know, I stopped doing the IG reels. Yeah, I stopped doing the IG reels, like the vlogs. Yeah. You know, because a lot of people came to my social media because of that. You know, because of the videos that I was putting.
That's how I found you, actually.
Exactly. So
reels.
Yeah, and so I knew that the reels were going to get me to impact a lot more people, but then I took a step back from it. And so, yeah, I'm starting to get back on the road, bro, on that. And I'm enjoying it, like on TikTok, like I'm on it every day, like as in creating content.
Would that be because it takes too long? Like it takes up too much time of your day? Because I find myself when I try and, back when I was on TikTok, I would spend majority of the time, like it would take me like an hour to make one video.
Yeah.
Would that be the reason why?
Bro,
wasn't like a priority to you?
Yeah. No, it's a great question. You know what's so funny, bro? Because I seen it as a little thing, I thought it'd be easy, like just like anything else out there, I thought it was gonna be easy. So as a result, I was like, oh yeah, sweet. Like I'm just gonna take it as an easy thing. But bro, never underestimate, man, like the journey of something that is so simple to do, right? It's simple, but it's not easy. And so, yeah, bro, I just started focusing on the challenge, and I wasn't really focusing much on the like on my TikTok reviews. But bro, so what I'm doing now currently on TikTok is like during the day I'm creating mini content, you know what I mean? Like mini things that I do. And then I'm also giving them hey, on this day I ended up doing all this, I ended up drinking 4 liters of water, all that stuff for the 75 hard challenge. And a lot of people would ask me, like, how do you know? How do we know if it's true that you're doing it? I'm like, bro, because I have a habit tracker. I've been tracking all my daily habits. And even that, people are going to see at the end of the day, for me, it's not really much the physical transformation that I was focusing on. It was more the mental. Yep. It was more the mentality, the mindset that I was focusing on. Like, bro, I'm starting to see physical changes in my body, but that is, right, a direct reflection of your mentality, in my opinion.
100%, bro. Preach that shit.
Yeah, man.
That's like they're saying, like, you can work out as much as you want in the gym, but if you're going to go home and eat McDonald's, and it's not going to work out.
Legit, bro.
So it's a direct reflection of, like, you can work out, you can show people you're working out every day, but if you're still fat, and it's been like a year, and you're showing everyone every day for a year, you'll be working out. There's something going wrong, and that's the same thing. It's like all your mental health.
Yeah, no, legit, man.
Start with everything. It all starts in your fucking head.
Yeah, no, it's so true, bro. And it's also the stories. What's the stories that you're creating in your head? And like usually people don't realize, but the stories that sometimes the stories that you're listening to in your head aren't necessarily true. And that's why I always ask the question. It's like, who told you? The story that you're listening in your head, who told you that story? Was it you or was it, someone else out there? Like, who's actually telling you that story? Because if it's you, like 9 times out of 10, right? 9 times out of 10, it's false. Yeah. You're pretty much believing a lie. But yeah, man, no, bro, I actually appreciate you, bro, like jumping on and also asking me questions too, because I don't really have much people jump on, the podcast show to ask me questions. But bro, you've been doing that, man, and I appreciate it. And I don't even think this is gonna be our first and last podcast episode, eh?
Yeah, I'm loving this talk actually. It's been a good talk. I think we need to jump on and make another one on my podcast.
No, we should, bro. No, we should, bro, man. We should. But bro, how was time with you, man? Do you still got time, or do you need to go?
Yeah, we got another, I don't know, 10, 15.
All right, easy. All right, so, bro, we'll start slowly wrapping off now. But, yeah, man, bro, I've been really enjoying this conversation. I don't know. I already had the anticipation that it was going to be a win-win for us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was going to be a win for you, but it was also going to be a win for me. And bro, I'm just overwhelmed. Like I'm just like overwhelmed in a positive way.
Yeah, no, I feel that too. Like I watch your shit on a daily. There's not many people that I'll tune into on my stories, purely because I'm trying to do my life as well.
Yeah.
But whenever I see your shit, I'm like, yeah, fuck it, go chase it, brother.
Yeah.
Even when I see you post, I just love seeing your content, and it just relates with me as well. Hits the spot, seeing your perspective, and it just like lines up with mine as well. So
yeah,
everything's good.
Yeah, no, 100%, man. And like, bro, I actually appreciate you, bro. You know, I think I wanted to leave it at the end of this, of this podcast episode. And I reckon this is the best time to have a chat about this. And so, guys, allow me to share to you guys a quick story. And this is probably something that Raka wasn't expecting. Because, the thing that I've noticed is that I see people, do you know what I mean? Like, I may not reach out to you, I may not, comment on your stuff, but I'm watching. Mm-hmm. And but I've been seeing this guy like killing it, He's actually literally doing what he does best, which is the mindset grind set, and just being vulnerable, bro. And I've been seeing, your stuff. I may not be checking out your content, but I am checking out you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if anything, for me, I'm always about, I may not see your content, but I'm seeing you as a person. Yeah. Because sometimes what we do, especially on social media, man, is that a lot of people just see you for the content that you put up. And to see you for what you do, but they don't see you for who you are. And bro, exactly. I don't know. I've learned so much within you, bro, right? Of the person that you are now, that there is probably people in your life that are in your world that are seeing you and they're like, oh, Raka's just doing the same old thing. I'm like, no, bro, there is something in this guy that people need to know more of. And that's something I want to share to you right now, man, because, for those that are listening and tuning in, through YouTube, like there was a moment in my life where I was going through a bit of a rough patch, and it wasn't bad, like, but it was just I was going through a bit of stagnation within myself, and I was just like everyone else in the world, I'm battling demons, just as much as you guys are too. And some people don't realize this, but the people that need help are the ones that are actually giving out. The ones that are giving out, the ones that are giving the value, the ones that are, actually grinding and hustling, they probably need just as much help as the people that they're trying to help out too. And so I want to share to you guys, what happened. I put up a post and I end up receiving a message from, Raka. And guys, all I can say is I found so much honor and respect from this guy just from one message, right? Just from one message from this guy here. And he was just checking up with me. He was just like, hey, bro, I just wanted to, reach out and say, how are you really going? And at that moment, I knew straight away, bro, I'm like, man, this guy, like, I want to keep this guy real close. I'm not saying, I'm not saying in terms of like connection and that we have to hang out every day, but I want to keep my eyes a lot more alert on him because there's something in this guy. He understands what I'm going through. He understands that there is moments where you feel a bit of stagnation. And that's the reason why he asked, how are you really going? And so, bro, I wanted to take out the time, bro, like, because I know you've been constantly messaging me, just saying, hey, bro, we should catch up and stuff. And bro, I've been seeing that, but I wanted to take out my time, but also your time too, bro, to say thank you, man. Like, I appreciate that, bro. You don't realize, bro, how much I actually honor the message that you sent me. And guys, I appreciate that. He didn't write like a long paragraph. All he done was like said, hey, bro, like, how you going, man? Like, I just want to check out, brother to brother. How you going? And then, bro, I resonated with that, bro, and I had like a more deeper connection with you, even though we haven't even connected. Yeah. And so, bro, I just wanted to say, bro, like from the bottom of my heart, man, I want to say I appreciate you, bro. And I wanted to leave it at the end of the podcast episode because, as much as this podcast is for you, bro. This is probably just as much as for me. So yeah, bro, appreciate you, man.
Appreciate that, bro. I think social media has made me realize other people go through their own shit, and just a small message might help someone's day. So if I see someone and it looks kind of off to me, I'll always do it. And it's not more about like trying to get attention from that person. It's more of just like building a relationship, building something more than just just that social media. How we follow each other.
Yeah,
just trying to more build a relationship, and I've learned to double down on that ever since I've started building my business.
Yeah,
when you have your own business, it's all about the customers.
Yeah.
Likewise, when you're trying to help people, it's all about the other people. So if I can help someone make someone's day, then that makes my day as well. And I know that you can relate to that, because I always see you going too. Every morning I'll get the live. This brother's going live, and I'm literally in the gym.
Yeah.
Because your time's ahead of my time.
Yeah.
And when you go live, it's like 6 o'clock my time. And I'm like, holy fuck. And then I realize that 7 o'clock over there.
Yeah,
Even though it's still early, a lot of people, they'll wake up 7, 8, 9, whatever time they wake up.
Yeah.
But, if you want to get after it, you got to get after it. And I love seeing you getting after yours. So appreciate your kind words, but I also see you as well.
Yeah. And that's the cool thing, man. Like, it's a cool thing about social media, bro. It's just like a double-edged sword, bro. Like, it's like, it can be used for good and bad. It's just the way that you use it. And I think the way that we're using it, bro, and even other people out there that are getting impacted by our content, and, most importantly, bro, our own people. I think if you think about it, bro, we have barely spoken about our people. Right. And the reason why, like, this is my own view, and I think this needs to be shared. People might be like to me, "Oh, Josh, are you doing this for the PIs?" I'm like, I'm not just doing it for the PIs, but I'm doing it for the world. For everyone, we're doing it for everyone, and it's just like, it's just like Apple.
Yeah.
Oh no, Lego. Sorry. So the Lego brand, right? I remember hearing this story, and we'll wrap it up after this because I know they got to go, bro. There was this Lego story, and someone asked Lego, like the creator of Lego, they're like, "Oh, what makes you keep going? What makes you to build the best toy or the toy brand?" And they're like, "Oh, you have your competitors that are out there. Are you, how do you compete with other people?" And I think it was the Lego company. They said, "Oh, we're not focusing on our competitors. We're focusing on Apple. We're focusing on Google. We're focusing on the bigger brands that are taking away our customers, with Lego." And that's the same thing when it comes to, that's kind of the same mindset that I took when I was doing this personal branding. I'm all about our people, I'm all about, the PIs and wanting to love on them. But realistically, bro, we need to go a lot more further out. Because there's a lot of people, right? Like, a lot of people out there, you got your Asians, you've got your Middle Easterns, you've got your, you got your Aussies, you've got so many other people out there that can benefit from what they're going through. And I'm not saying that I'm trying to push away PIs, right? Yeah. If anything, I'm doing this for them. We're doing this for them so that they can have a hope and that they can become free too. Yeah. But it's not just them. Exactly. It's also the other cultures out there. And so I don't know. I've just learned, if there's anything that I've learned from this session is this, like for anyone that's watching this and that believes in that, bro, culture is the way. I'm telling you this right now. There's much more. There's much more, outside of culture. And the only way that you're going to know that is by stepping out, right? Stepping out and seeing things from a different perspective. And I think that's something that we both, you know what I mean? I think that's something that's connected. Yeah.
Yeah, connect with us. You don't know what other people go through, so it's always about perspective, and that's what I found out with my how you were just mentioning. Like, I reached out to you, it's just purely because I was growing up, brought up in a way to be kind to one another, but then social media came, that age came, and then it kind of brought out this toxic trait that I didn't have in myself. But I put it like the keyboard warriors. Like, you can be nice in real life, but behind the keyboard you're gonna be fucking toxic as fuck. But if you could be nice in real life and nice behind a keyboard, you're fucking winning.
Yeah, bro.
Yes, just what I try and put across, and people are gonna remember that one, "How are you, bro?" or that one good stuff, or that one encouragement message that they get. Even if they don't respond, they're gonna remember.
Yeah.
So it's just a massive thing. And your culture teaches you one way, but you're gonna have to figure out your own way as well.
Yeah. Yeah,
don't get lost up in what you think is the only way. There's so much free information out there to go figure out your own way.
Yeah, man. Nah, but it's good, bro. But hey, man, I reckon this is probably the best time to wrap up this podcast.
Yeah.
We're probably going to get another one going. I know that for sure.
Oh, we're going to definitely have to do another one.
Yeah, bro. But hey, man, I want to say, bro, thank you so much for jumping on, on the Impact Podcast Show, being our special guest.
My pleasure, bro.
And I guess the last thing I want to ask you, bro, just to wrap up this question is, bro, is there any encouragement or is there anything that you want to say from your heart? It might be something that you learned from today, or it might be like something from that we learned right now in this session. But is there any encouragement that you can share to those out there that are listening?
If you were complaining, but you're not doing anything about it, then we have a problem. A big problem, because the more time you spend complaining, the less time you actually spend doing shit. So, and there's always going to be moments in your life where you want more, you want better, but it's up to you to actually do better.
Yeah.
So, and it all comes down to how bad do you want it, and your why. So, for myself, the fear of failing wasn't just the fear of failing in front of myself; it was the fear of failing in front of other people, and the voices of outside sources affecting my inner voice. So, if you can diminish and get rid of what anybody else says about you, what anybody thinks about you, because it's crazy how much we can overthink about what other people think about thoughts. And fear is, created by, I forgot the word, but fear is not a real thing. Fear is made up within ourselves. So if you can, just whatever you're trying to do, don't worry about what anybody thinks about you. Don't worry about what anybody says about you. Don't worry about failing, because you know that you can get back up and you keep trying. So whatever you're trying to do, stop thinking and just start fucking doing it.
Yeah.
Stop thinking and start doing.
Yeah, nice, man.
Can't get time back.
That's true, bro.
And
bro, it's amazing, man.
Keep that mindset, keep that grind set.
Bro, I love that, bro.
You're fucking on, brother.
Oh, man. But hey, bro, all right, so let's wrap it up, man. I want to say, bro, once again, thank you so much, bro, Raka, for jumping on. I really appreciate you, man, being, even that, the first special guest for the Impact Podcast Show heading into 2021. And bro, so I guess my question to you is, there are some people on here that may want to know more about you. So what's the best way that they can connect with you?
Well, I'm most active on my Instagram, except TikTok. You'll find me, but I don't post anything there. So, your Instagram, my name, Raka Raukete. YouTube, you'll see snippets of my life last year. I started vlogging. I've done my whole journey of when I started my private label. Facebook, literally, I'm the most public-private person, if you will. I'm trying to be out there, but not fully out there, if you get what I mean. So you'll find me anywhere. Google me. I haven't Googled myself. Don't Google me.
Yeah, nah, true.
But
yeah,
yes. So actually, I got a What's Goody podcast.
Yeah.
Plug out there. I try and stick within a short, snappy podcast, just so you can get amongst your day. But I will be trying to get the brother Joshua on my podcast.
Got you, bro.
To find out what's goody with him. So yeah, that's where you can find me.
Yeah, sweet. So for those out there that are tuning into this podcast episode through YouTube, his links are going to be down right in the descriptions down below. But for those out there that are tuning into Spotify or Apple Podcasts, I'd highly encourage you guys to check out our Instagram page. He's going to be featured on our Instagram page. All you got to do is swipe on through, and then you guys can connect with him through there on Instagram. And so, guys, that's it. That's all I got, bro. Once again, I want to say thank you so much, man, for jumping on.
I love, brother. Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, guys. So we're going to finish off. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one.